Hello everyone, welcome once again to Priyan classes. I'm Prabhat Kumar with you, and you must be remembering my last class on permutations for class 11th. Again, today I'm also going to take the second class on permutation only. But in this video, I will be sharing those concepts of permutations which are not included in the syllabus of CBSE. Actually, these concepts are not included in syllabus of CBSE, but I wanted to share these concepts also with you just because it may be required in for your other competitive examinations where you must be applying or you must have been apprehending for this. So let's start. Those type of permutation, as I told you, it is the number of arrangements that can be made from the given number of objects. That is called permutation, means arrangements. Okay, so now as I have told you, permutation of, suppose that you have got n objects and you have got r places where you have to arrange those 8 places, or you have to do r ways. So permutation of n objects or arrangement of n objects taking r at a time, that I have defined you as permutation of, and it was represented as, you must remember that P N R. What it meant? Permutation of n objects taking r at a time. It was also represented like this, P N R, and the formula was factorial n divided by factorial n minus r. Okay, now I will be discussing some specific conditions. These are the conditions, this was the formula applicable when there is no other condition is given except of the fact that all the n objects are distinct. Means all objects are different from each other. Now there are certain conditions. If I give certain conditions, in that case, how will you find those permutation? So the first condition I am going to take is, if it is given that permutation of n objects taking r at a time, till now everything is okay, but additional condition is that if one of the object is to be included always. Now this is the condition. Any one specific object has to be included always. Okay, now in that case, how do we find out the number of ways in which the arrangement can be done? Okay, in that case, what we will do, as we know that one object has to be included, so it will be placed anywhere. I have got r places, that one object will be occupying one of those r places. So if I take out, so obviously that one object will be occupying one, so remaining places that is to be filled is r minus 1, and your options, the number of objects remaining is also n minus 1. So first thing I will do is I will arrange those r minus 1 objects. Okay, so those taking, first thing will be arrange n minus 1 objects taking r minus 1 at a time. Okay, this is what I am arranging. Okay, so because one objects I have, the which was compulsory to be included, that I have taken out. From the remaining, I am filling the remaining places. So now this permutation will be n minus 1 p r minus 1, or it will be factorial n minus 1 divided by factorial of n minus 1 minus r minus 1, or if you check it, it will become factorial of n minus 1 divided by, obviously minus 1 and minus 1 will be cancelled because there is a minus sign, so the remaining will be n minus r. This is first thing. Now, how many places are available? Obviously there is one vacant place because I have arranged only r minus 1. There is one vacant place which is reserved for that object which has to be included every time. That reserved place can be placed anywhere. It can be from the first position till the last position. If there are r minus 1 objects already placed, see, if you have got one object placed, it can be placed at two places. Okay, if I have got two objects already placed, for the third object I have got three places where it can be filled. Similarly, if I have got r minus 1 places filled, so how many places are there where the reserved item can be placed? That will be r minus 1 plus 1, or it will be r. So what is this? So now number of places where the compulsory item or the compulsory object can be placed. What is that? As I told you, there are r minus 1 objects already placed, so the number of objects will be r. So using this, total number of ways, because as I told you, r objects are also, r minus 1 objects are also to be arranged, and the next item, rth item, is to be placed. So this is one permutation, this is one permutation, and both of them are to be arranged at a time. So the AND condition, that is the fundamental rule of multiplication. So this will be r multiplied by n minus 1 p r minus 1, or I can write it as r multiplied by factorial n minus 1 divided by factorial n minus r. Okay, this is the formula for finding out the on a specific condition when a particular object is always to be included. Okay, now there is another condition. When, if I say one of the object is to be never included, is to be, if I substitute there, instead of saying included always, the condition is to be never included. Okay, the condition is what? One of the object is to be never included. So one condition is clear, that object has to be discarded always. So what is my remaining? In that case, this is what? Permutation of n minus 1 objects, because one object has to be discarded. Okay, it will be n minus 1 objects taking. Now no place has to be left vacant because all our places are to be filled with the remaining n minus 1 objects, with any one of the, with the part of the n minus 1 objects. So taking r objects at a time. Very simple. This permutation will be what? N minus 1 PR. Okay, this will be N minus 1 PR, or I can write it as factorial N minus 1 divided by factorial N minus R minus 1. Simple way. Okay, this is the second condition that is to be included. Okay. Okay, now the third condition. In the third condition, see what I have written is permutation of n objects taking r at a time. Till now, till this point, everything is okay. Now the condition is that when two particular objects always come, first case I have assumed that one particular object was always coming. Here it is two particular objects. I will explaining this for two objects, and then from this you can deduce the way, or you can deduce the formula if the number is replaced by 3, 4, whatever it is. Okay, I will do it with 2. With the two particular objects always come, so these two have to come. Second condition on this, they also come together. It is not necessary that, it is not possible that they are placed. These two objects are coming, but they are not to be placed anywhere. Wherever they will be placed, they will always be placed at besides each other. Means they have to be together. Now, how will you do? First thing, these two have to be together. Okay, first thing. So now what I will do is I will take out these two first. I will take out both of these two first, and then arrange the remaining objects at r minus 2 places, keeping those two objects keeping blank space for those two objects. Okay, for this, if I assume that these two objects as one, and this one object is placed again, so first step I will do is to leave the two specific objects, okay, and arrange. How many objects are remaining now? N minus 2. N minus 2 objects, taking how many you can take, because you have to keep two places vacant. So all R places cannot be filled. Two places are to be kept vacant. So you have got the remaining places as taking R minus 2 objects at a time. Okay. So what this will be? This permutation will be N minus 2 P R minus 2. Got it? Now, the second thing. These two objects are now to be placed. It can be placed, as I have explained earlier in this class, that if I have got N minus 2, or sorry, if I have got R places, the remaining will be, the object can be placed at R plus 1 places. So similarly, if I have got R minus 2 objects already placed, the next, as I told you, that I am assuming both these objects to be 1, and these two objects can be placed at R minus 2 plus 1 places. So the two specific objects can be placed at R minus 2 plus 1 places, or this can be written as r minus 1. Okay, it can be written as r minus 1, but there is another condition also there. The third thing, the two specific objects can be arranged between themselves also. It is not necessary, it is just given that they two will be together, but which will be first and which will be second, it is not given in the question. So they two can also arrange among themselves, can be arranged between themselves. Obviously, now what will be the formula? It will be a permutation of two objects taking two at a time. It will be a permutation of, so that will be 2p2. Okay. Now all these things, all these permutations have to be this and this and this. So what we have to do? We have to just multiply all these. I've told you, wherever the answer is, wherever the question says this and this and this, so all permutations have to be multiplied. So in that case, my total permutation will be, or total number of ways will be, first n minus 2 p r minus 2 multiplied by the second one, that it means r minus 1 multiplied by 2p2. Okay, so this is from all these. Now my job is to just simplify this expression as far as possible. Okay, what the first thing says, this says factorial of n minus 2 divided by n minus 2 minus r minus 2, factorial of n minus 2 minus r minus 2. Second thing is nothing, just r minus 1. The third thing is factorial 2 divided by factorial 2 minus 2. Okay, then this will become factorial n minus 2 divided by factorial n minus r, because 2 will be cancelled out, multiplied by r minus 1 multiplied by factorial 2 divided by factorial 0, which I have explained that factorial 0 is always equal to 1. Okay, so I can arrange this. It will be written as factorial 2 multiplied by r minus 1 multiplied by factorial n minus 2 divided by n minus r. This is the final formula that I will be getting. Okay, now the third condition, or the fourth condition. Fourth condition is what? I have written the permutation of n objects taking r at a time as usual. The specific condition is that out of these n objects, q objects are identical or alike. Then what will happen? See what happens. Suppose that I have given, before going to this, I will give you an example. Suppose that you are given A, and B. You have got three objects. If you arrange all three, taking all three at a time, just assume that you are taking all three at a time. Now, just to distinguish this, the first A, I will make it A1 and A2. Okay. Then what? How many can be written? It can be written A1, A2, B first, and second will be A1, B, A2. Third will be A2, A1, B, and then A2, B, A1, then B, A1, A2, and B, A2, A1. So these are the 6 arrangements that can be made. But just tell me one thing. In these two, if I see these two, both are same. A1 and A2 are same. Actually, these are just A. So, is it making any difference whichever I write first or whichever A I am writing second? Obviously, there is no difference in this. Similarly, if I see this one and this one, again, is there any difference? If I remove this identification mark, that means both are identical. These are same. So it is not worth saying that these two are different arrangements. Actually, these two are same arrangements. Same is the condition with these two also. There will not be any difference. So now what happens in such cases? How will you find out? It was very simple that you have got only 3 objects and you have to place all 3, arrange taking all 3 at a time. But what if you are getting some bigger number? So you need a formula or you need a method to find out how this can be determined. Okay, so for this, what I do is, I will just take all Q objects to be, because what I am saying, Q objects are identical or alike. Okay, Q objects are identical or alike. So that thing I will take out the Q objects, okay, and take it as one unit. Assume it. Can I assume it? Can I do it? No. Why? Because it is not necessary that all these Q objects will be placed at one place. Okay, so it cannot be. Anyway, okay, first I will make the arrangement for all. So total number of arrangements, first thing, total number of arrangements will be what? NPR. Okay, total number of arrangements will be NPR, but out of these I know there are Q objects which are alike, so obviously the number of ways in which the Q objects are placed, it should be divided by those numbers, because it has been multiplied by that much times without any necessary. So divide by number of ways the Q objects can be arranged, because for all those arrangements I have to take one arrangement. Suppose that value of Q is 2. That means for each arrangement, if Q is there, whether this one or this one, I have to divide it by the number of arrangements. These given, as I have said in the given example, that A1 and A2, the number of ways in which A1 and A2 can be arranged, I have to divide it by this, and that division, the Q, will be permutation of Q objects taken all Q at a time. Okay, so my actual permutation will be NPR divided by QPQ. Okay, what is NPR? Factorial N divided by factorial N minus R divided by factorial Q divided by factorial Q minus Q. So this is equal to factorial N over factorial N minus R divided by factorial Q over factorial 0, or I can write it as factorial n divided by factorial n minus r multiplied by the reciprocal of the denominator, so it will be factorial 0 over factorial q. And what is factorial 0? Factorial 0 is 1. So your answer is factorial n divided by factorial n minus r and factorial q. This is the answer to, or this is the final formula for getting the permutations of n objects taking r at a time when q objects are identical or alike or of the same kind. Okay, I think these are some of the conditions which you may be getting in your competitive examinations, though it is not to be included in the CBSE examination. So these conditions are much included in other competitive examinations, because remember, there is one thing in mathematics, specifically in competitive examinations. Now gone are the days for you when there will be a limited syllabus. Okay, gone are the days, specifically when you are appearing for, or we are aspiring for the competitive examinations. The conditions can be varying. Okay, conditions can be varying, conditions may be twisted, conditions may be combined. So always remember, keep your mind open. Always remember all the concepts, all the formulas in your mind, and it is only possible if you do more and more practice on all the topics. So keep practicing and keep watching my upcoming videos. Along with, I once again request you, please like, subscribe and press the bell icon so that I will keep on giving you my upcoming videos for other topics too. Okay, so then goodbye.